Right now then everybody, I've been looking forward to doing this video. It's probably going to be quite a long one because I've got the feeling I'm going to be capable of waffling for ages about this because I love these. Anyway, I've just received today a brand new Armex Tomcat Mark II. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, so you can help me unbox it. This is my third pistol crossbow. I've got a Mark I, which we can see, here we go. What's left of it anyway. I've actually taken the cocking mechanism off this one. I'll talk more about this one later on, but basically there's my Mark I, or what's left of it. Just put that aside there. Right, first things first, let's unbox this one. The Mark II is available in wood effect or black furniture. I've got one of each now. Let's open this wood effect one. This is the box it comes in. I believe there are different boxes that it does come in. Let's take a look at the back. Just some basic instructions and things going on there. I won't go into those. Let's just get it opened. Right. Here is the box. It's got like a plastic cover. Comes with three free bolts. There's the prod or limb, or the bow part of it at the top. I'm obviously going to need a knife to open this, so today's EDC duties are going to be provided by... that's better. This is Attack Force, one of the Speedster assisted opening, Damascus etched. I don't think it's really Damascus steel, not for 15 quid anyway, that's for sure. But it's a particularly nice knife, I think. It's going to need its own video. Anyway. Let's take her out. One thing you notice straight away, difference between the Mark I and the Mark II is the Mark II feels much heavier and much more like a weapon rather than a toy, I suppose. Very sturdy. All this back section is plastic on the Mark I. It's aluminium on this. Iron sights that I've they're not going to be on there for much longer, put it that way. And some holes in the bottom that you can attach a rail to. I've already ordered a rail. I'm going to be SBRing this one as well. I'm basically going to cut it off about here and attach a Tipman side folding skeleton stock on it, and I'm going to spray the whole thing tiger stripe camo. So this is the last time you're going to see this colour. But it is a nice wood effect, it has to be said. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's more of a firearms polymer than a plastic, really, that. Very solid feel to it. Everything else is of course aluminium. This front sight post is plastic, however. But I always take those off because I'll be using a scope and such, so there's no point in having that on. Plus it allows me to fire a wider variety of broadheads and stuff if you take that off. Right, obviously it comes with the prod. I'll be testing this before I fire it with this digital electronic scale. I've weighed my other crossbows as well. I'm just going to weigh this one when I put it together. See the difference of the Mark II and the Mark I. Right, here are the results of the weighing. The Mark I, the Mark I as you see it, without the cocking handle on it, is 0.5 kilograms. Or 1.1 pounds, or 17.6 ounces. The Mark I with the cocking lever attached to it is 0.7 kilograms, or 1.54 pounds, or 24.7 ounces. The modified Mark II that you see me using all the time, my SBR one, that's 1.42 kilograms. Which is 3.14 pounds, or 50 ounces. so it's quite heavy with all the gun job attached to it. The Mark II, brand new out of its box, that I've just taken out of its box with no modifications at all, is 0.87 kilograms, or 1.92 pounds, or 30.7 ounces. So basically, there you go. The Mark 1 is like 25 ounces, and the Mark 2 is like 30 ounces. Let's take a look at the Mark 1 in comparison to the Mark 2. It's all plastic construction. If you're wondering why this is cocked, I keep this one permanently cocked for two reasons. One, I just keep it by the door for the emergency one-shot self-defense scenario, and another reason is I want to see what effect it has to keep one of these permanently cocked. It's been so for about a month and a half now. Once it gets to about 6 months, I'm going to test its draw weight in comparison to the brand new one I've just opened today, and see what difference, if any, it makes. On this particular one, I've fitted a laser sight with a pressure switch. It's just nicely where your thumb knuckle goes, so you can see the laser there. Splendid. So also, what you can see here is basically a quiver that I've come up with, and it's basically a nurse's pen holder. I'm sure I've got one knocking around here somewhere. Yeah. That's what they look like. Search eBay for nurse's pen holder or nurse's pen clip. I think the idea is they clip this to the top of the pocket, and it stops the pens from falling into people's guts, I suppose, while they're working on someone's innards. But it securely holds bolts rather nicely as well. And I've just cut, basically, you can see how I've just cut this sort of tab off. I've just glued it on, basically. Same with the other crossbow. I've got it in a slightly different place, but I've got one of these on the other crossbow. It's absolutely fantastic for several reasons. It can be knocked, and it's not going to snap off. It holds 5, even though it looks like it holds 3. You can wedge 2 in between there as well, which is rather smart. So yeah, I have one of these on each crossbow. I'll be putting this new one on the new one that's just arrived, and of course my Mark II that you've already seen in the run and gun video, of course, has one. So there we go. Let's have a quick discussion about the Mark II. Here, as you can see, it's the black stock version. Yeah, on this particular one, I've put a Bushnell 1x30 red dot on it. I've put the M4 stock on with a collapsible tube, so I can adjust it and such. I've just recently put this new foregrip on, because it used to have this folding foregrip right here, but I'm going to paint that one tiger stripe camo and add that to the new one that's just arrived. So that's going to be going on that one. So that's what that's for. But this is a far more comfortable foregrip. It's kind of rubbery feel. Feels absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have to get used to it, of course, because it's just a different feel. But the fact you can hold the entire crossbow just by that front foregrip there. But yeah, one thing I'd like to mention about these, one thing that's worth mentioning about these crossbows is a bit of maintenance. So, I'm not sure if it's exactly the correct thing to do, but it seems to be a very good idea. One thing that happens to the string is the constant shock and movement of the string kind of makes it fluffy and frays out the fibres. So you're supposed to get some wax, basically bowstring wax. Right, so what I like to do is just lift the string up a little bit, support it with a bolt, just so that it's a little bit off the rail, and basically give an extremely good rub with the wax, and you can roll the string forward and backwards to expose the bottom. Make sure that wax is all the way around, and what that's going to do is hold the fibres together during the shock of firing, and stop the fibres from constantly, that's basically what happens, is you'll just end up with a fluffy string. The problem is though, this actually increases friction across the top of the rail. So to counteract that, what I do is I put a very small amount of Vaseline on the rail itself, just the top of the rail, and that allows this to completely slip totally freely up and down. I also put some Vaseline inside the rail, inside this groove here, where the cocking lever runs. And yeah, one thing that does is it makes the trigger extremely light, having that Vaseline rail, which is a very nice thing. It must be like a £2 trigger or something, if that. But it's like a total target match trigger when it's all lubed up, which is extremely good, because the Mark 1 had a notoriously stiff trigger. A quick and rather important safety note about these pistol crossbows regarding the safety catch mechanism. It basically doesn't have one. You've got to consider these crossbows as not having a safety catch at all, basically, because whether the safety catch is on or off, you can knock the string and fire the crossbow off accidentally very easily. So you've just got to use them in a different way. I suppose a normal rifle crossbow, you would cock the crossbow, engage the safety catch, put a bolt on, and then look for your target. But with these, basically, you've just got to cock them, really, take the safety catch off straight away because it's pointless, and not put a bolt on the rail until you're about to fire. That's the only safe way of really operating these. So yeah, just don't put a bolt on until you're ready to fire. Right, I'll just give you another nice close-up of the Mark II, the black furnitured Mark II. Like I say, I've put that rail on the bottom there. I'll just take these out. So you can see I've just glued one of those on, basically. Glues on really nicely. Just make sure you wipe the surfaces with alcohol before you glue, otherwise there's no point using glue. It perplexes me why people glue things without wiping the surface with alcohol. Anyway, Bushnell, nice 1x30 red dot. Oh, if I can get the dot, there she blows. Splendid. So the dot's either red, can be switched out to green, varying intensities. Makes it lovely and accurate. And the stock, adjustable of course. It's a standard M4 stock off a real M4. Classy. The cocking lever is sawn off about here, and it's bolted on with that rather large countersunk screw. This is just an aluminium tube that I made on my centre lathe. Yeah, lovely trigger on these, absolutely lovely, very light.